This is a parody of American Pie by Don McLean. A long, long time ago, mocking Trump, of course. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile, and I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance. At gunpoint, they'd be happy for a while, but February made me shiver with every tweet that I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day Khashoggi died. So bye bye, my American lies drove my Epstein to suicide. But his vids didn't lie. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that he died. This'll be the day that he died." Did you write the book of bad? Do you have my faith in my deal with Vlad? If my tweet lies tell you so? Do you believe in rock and roll? Like that I sold my mortal soul, and that I learned to dance with Vlad real slow? Well, you know that I'm in love with him, 'cause you saw me dancing like I'm dim. We both kicked off our shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely orange-faced Bronco buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew I was out of luck the day that Epstein died. I started singing "Bye Bye, My American Lies," drove my Epstein to suicide. But his vids didn't lie. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I lie. This'll be the day that I lie." Now for 4 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. But that's not how it used to be, when the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned. No verdict was returned. While Lenin read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark the day the voting died. We were singing, "Bye bye, my American lies," drove my Epstein to suicide. But his vids didn't lie. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I lie. This'll be the day that I lie." Helter skelter in a summer swelter, the birds flew off to a fallout shelter, 8 miles high and falling fast. It landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume, while sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, but we never got the chance, 'cause the voters went and took the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed the day the voting died? We started singing, "Bye bye, my American lies," drove my Epstein to suicide. But his vids didn't lie. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, and singing, "This'll be the day my bass dies. This'll be the day that I lie." Oh, and there we were all in one place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Vlad, be nimble, Vlad, be quick. Vlad rode off on a bear, some trick. 'Cause fire is the devil's only friend. And as I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fists of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan's spell. As the flames climbed high into the night to light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight. The day the voting died, he was singing, "Bye bye, my American lies," drove my Epstein to suicide. But his vids didn't lie. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I lie. This'll be the day that I lie." I paid Stormy, who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. I went down to the sacred store, where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. And in death camps the children screamed, their mothers cried, and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken. And the three men I admire most, Putin, Kim Un, and old Hitler's ghost, they caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. And they were singing, "Bye bye, my American lies," drove my Epstein to suicide, but his vids didn't lie. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I lie. This'll be the day that I lie." They were singing, "Bye, bye, my American lies. Drove my Epstein to suicide." But his vids didn't lie. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I lie."